In a highly competitive market, if you're a business wanting to stand out from the competition, you need to make customer service, customer experience your competitive advantage. And there are things we can all learn from the big companies that have made the customer service, the customer experience, their competitive advantage. Here are some real life examples that we can all learn from. One great thing that wonderful companies do when it comes to the customer service and customer experience is to walk in the shoes of their customers. They show empathy at every stage, at every interaction of the customer journey. I had an incident happen to me once. I was going for a speaking engagement and my wife was supposed to come with me on that journey. For some reason, I couldn't get my wife to be on the same flight like I was. So she came with me to the airport with the intent that we'll be able to change it so we can all be on the same flight. When we got to the airport, we asked the attendant, the agent, if we could actually change things so my wife can fly with me. She said that was impossible. For some reason, we were not satisfied with that, so we spoke to a different agent. Then she said she wished we had spoken to her sooner. However, she was going to do her best to ensure that we get on the same flight. Now, she was not able to change anything, but here's what happened. She made us feel important. She made us feel like she was doing everything that she could, and it made us feel like she understood why we needed to be on the same flight. She showed empathy, she showed compassion, and she showed us that she was willing to do everything necessary, everything possible to put herself in our shoes to ensure that we are satisfied with our experience. And that is something that every business can learn from. If you are wanting to make the customer service, the customer experience your competitive advantage, then you must always walk in your customers' shoes. Great service companies around the globe are paranoid about the service and the experience they deliver. And here's why. They know and understand critically that the customer's needs, wants, and desires are continuously changing, continuously evolving. So if they don't keep up, that is going to cause some trouble along the way. Recently, an individual who was traveling wanted to use an amenity of a business that he's so used to. This time he was traveling with his 92-year-old disabled father. When they got to the company, the attendant said they were 20 minutes late and so they won't let them in. Fair. But is it possible that the attendant could have made an exception to this rule considering the circumstances? Most companies do a great job training their team members on how to deliver a great service, a great experience, but they do not educate them on how to be able to make smart decisions, be able to own the moment and exceed the customer's expectations every single time. You see, there's a difference between training and education. And if you want to make customer service your competitive advantage, then you have to train and educate your team at every stage of the customer interaction. Great service companies understand this, and so they are continuously working to evolve and improve and elevate their experience they deliver to their employees and to their customers. So if you want to make customer service your competitive advantage as a business, you must learn that that journey never ends. The journey of providing a great service, a great experience never ends. It's a never ending journey, and you have to continuously work and strive for excellence. Another thing that great service companies are good at is that they communicate effectively. And here's why. They understand the needs, the wants, and desires of customers are different, and customers are diverse. So they avoid the one-size-fits-all when it comes to communication. Some may prefer email, some may prefer a phone call. They make sure and ensure that they have everything they need to be able to communicate effectively to meet and exceed the customer's expectations. So at the end, if you are looking to make the experience your competitive advantage, then here are three things we can learn from great service companies around the globe. you have to show empathy and compassion with your customers. Do everything possible to walk in their shoes, look at things through their perspective, through their lens, and ensure that you are always looking to give them a great service. Second, you have to continuously look to improve and elevate the customer experience. And remember, their journey of delivering superior service never ends. It's a never-ending cycle, and you have to continuously work to make things better. And finally, make sure you are communicating effectively to your customers, because they are all different and there are so many things that they would want. And so you have to find out how to be able to give them a great service and experience every single time. And this is how you stand out from the competition, be able to charge a premium price, and increase your profits as a business. It's a chilly night during the heart of December, and you are nearing the end of a stroll in the park, and the chilly winds nip the tips of your ears. As you walk the final hill of this park, you see a coffee shop in the distance. The sweet smell and aroma of coffee engulfs you as you get closer. You think to yourself, I could really use a cup of tea. You continue to trek the cold winter winds and get closer to the coffee shop. As you open the heavy doors, you hear a jingle as you walk through the threshold. The anticipation of the hot tea flows through your mind so vividly that you could almost taste it. As you walk closer to the counter with a large smile on your face, you are met with a barista who could care less about who you are or what you want. How would that make you feel? Now, let's flip the experience. As you step through the threshold, the sweet aroma engulfs your senses, a sweet smell you can taste. As you get closer to the counter, you are met with a warm and welcoming smile. They call you by your name as if you are an old friend. You see them enter your order exactly as you want it. They even remember your 2 packets of cane sugar and the vanilla bean milk you like to have with your tea. This makes you feel cared for and appreciated as a customer. It makes you feel like you're part of a community, as if it were your second home. This makes you feel valued, right? This makes you eager to want to return to have such a great experience, correct? That is the power of exceptional customer experience. It can turn a mundane transaction into a meaningful interaction. So here's another example. You've saved so much money to buy this projector, which you've heard so much about because there's been so many ads boasting about the great features it has. You finally go to pick up this projector. You go through the struggles trying to figure it out, and you set it up. As you hit the power button, you hear nothing but a beep. All your excitement drains because you now realize you have a faulty projector. Out of frustration, you call the company with the intent of getting it fixed, and all you are met with is a bunch of menus and robots that are talking to you. Frustrating experience we can all relate to, and that's why it's high time we understand that customer service is not just a support function. In fact, it's the one reason why you'll be able to differentiate yourself from the competition. In a highly competitive market, you have to ensure that your customer service, your customer experience is top notch. If you want to consistently deliver a great experience and have customers coming back, be the brand that customers love to do business with and recommend to their friends and family, then you have to always look to going the extra mile for your customers. Make customers feel like you care, make them feel valued and appreciated. That is how you're able to differentiate yourself from the competition, by going the extra mile every time and every opportunity you get to make the customer feel valued and appreciated. And finally, you have to take advantage of complaints. You have to take advantage of customer feedback. Most time customers tell you something because they expect you to improve and they trust that you'll be able to do that. So complaints are a gift and you have to be able to know how to use it as a business. In fact, research has shown that if you want to gain customer loyalty, in fact, you need to mess up, because when customers come back to report or to share their concerns with you, that presents you an opportunity to actually exceed their expectations. And at that point, they are even more loyal than they were before. So don't look back or don't undermine complaints, because it's a gold mine for you to differentiate yourself from the competition so you can win customer trust and ultimately loyalty. In that case, you would have built a competitive edge over your competition. In summary, if you are looking to make the customer experience your competitive advantage, then you must understand that customer service, customer experience is not just a support function. It's everyone's responsibility within the organization, and you have to do your best to help your team deliver that consistently. Then you have to go the extra mile every opportunity that you get, because customers would always want to feel valued and appreciated. Find those moments, find those opportunities to consistently exceed their expectations. And finally, take advantage of feedback, because complaints are a gift. Most customers will send you feedback, but they ensure and they trust that you will be able to handle it. So do not overlook complaints and take advantage of them to differentiate yourself from the competition so you can attract more customers, charge a premium price, and stand out from the competition. Businesses around the world know that the key to success in any business is by making the customer experience your competitive advantage. And so with that, many companies have adopted a uniform way of doing customer service and customer experience. Well, there's been a rumble, a challenging this monthly way of doing customer service and customer experience now. Some call it the customer experience revolution. So most of these companies, large and small businesses, are using these hacks to actually make customer experience their competitive advantage, to attract more customers and charge a premium price to increase their profit. So if you're a business wanting to make the customer experience your competitive advantage, then you must adopt these same hacks so you join the customer experience revolution. So you must break the status quo. Customer experience, customer service, if you really want to make that your competitive advantage, then you have to break away from the status quo. It's not a simple thing to just say we serve customers or we are great at customer experience. You have to go beyond the traditional approaches and look to up yourself, always looking to make it a big deal when it comes to your organization. You have to consistently look for ways to improve and elevate the experience as much as possible. And that starts with your leadership being committed to the journey, being committed to making the customer experience an integral part of your business strategy. It is so critical if you want to join the customer experience revolution. And then you have to break the silos. It's critical. You have to break the silos. Gone are the days when they said customer service was strictly a department. It's not like that anymore. Companies have adopted this new strategy where they've made the customer experience a pivotal part of the customer journey, a pivotal part in the business strategy. They've made it everyone's responsibility within the organization. Because when a customer calls you, they are not calling the customer service department, they are not calling the customer experience department. They are calling your business, your company, and you have to consistently deliver that experience that they enjoy with other businesses as well. And so breaking the silos is so key. You have to get it in the minds of every employee within your company that everyone is responsible for the customer's experience. Everyone is responsible for making the customer feel special, feel important. And this leads me to the second point. You have to personalize every experience. And in order to do that, you have to ensure that every member of your team is on the same page when it comes to the experience. That is why you need a plan. You need to have a strategy on how you are going to deliver a great experience, because gone are the days when anything worked, when the one size fits all worked when it came to customer service and customer experience. It no longer works. These great service companies around the globe are not doing that anymore, and so you shouldn't either. Okay, you have to look for ways to personalize the experience for the customer as much as possible. Use their name, pay attention to their needs, pay attention to their desires and wants, and make sure you personalize every moment, you personalize every touch point, and make them feel so important. In addition, you must have empathy. You must build an emotional connection with your customers. Build empathy with them, that when they interact with you, they feel like, wow, you're not just a business solving a problem or helping them with a product. You want them to feel special. You want them to feel so good about their interaction with you that they are quickly willing to refer you to their friends and family, because that emotional equity is also a currency that you must adopt every single time. You must help your employees be able to adopt this so they can build an emotional connection with your customers, build that connection with customers. That is so key, and that requires you to be consistent with customers, because consistency has become a new competitive advantage. In order to build that rapport with customers, in order to build that trust with customers, it requires you to be consistent with every single customer. And finally, you have to anticipate your customer needs. Customers may not know exactly what they want, but they are trusting you as the best business, as the best brand, to actually help and guide them in their decision making. You have to be able to anticipate where you drop the ball the most as an organization, and actually have protocols, have systems in place to make it right. All these world-class service companies around the globe have a way of anticipating the needs of their customers and actually ensuring that they have protocols in place to make it right. Doing all these hacks, following all these hacks, will actually make you a great service company where you're able to attract more customers, charge a premium price, and stand out from the competition. In so doing, you would have joined the customer experience revolution. In customer experience, there is one word that can potentially create a chain reaction of positive experiences. There's one word that can actually make your customers want to come back. This one word, in fact, can change the whole mood in a room. This one word is the reason why customers will refer you to their friends and family, and it's the reason why your profits will grow. This one word in customer experience can greatly help you improve the level of service you provide to your customers. And we have created an acronym to help you with it. This word only works if you apply the acronym we've developed for you. And the acronym is SEA. S-E-A. S is solution oriented. You have to be solution oriented. Many times a customer will ask you something, but you may not have the solution. You may not have an idea of what you're asking about, but you want to show your customers that you are willing to go above and beyond to help them as much as possible. It means that you will do whatever it takes to help them. And by being solution oriented, you will work on finding creative solutions. If a customer asks for A and you don't have it, make sure you let them know that you have X, Y, and Z. That is being solution oriented. E is empathy. You want to build an emotional connection with your customers. It's the number one reason why customers will come back. It's the number one reason why customers will refer their friends and family. And finally, it's the reason why your profits will grow. You see, when you show empathy to your customers, you build an emotional connection with them, one that most companies are not taking advantage of. So focus on building meaningful connections with your customers. That way they feel this emotional attachment to you, because you're not just providing a service or a product, they feel that you are there for their best interest as much as possible. It's so critical. This one piece alone can help you differentiate yourself from the competition and increase your profit as a business. And finally, authenticity. This one word, when applied, actually shows your customers that you actually care about them. It shows the authenticity you have for your customers. It shows your customers that you're not just there to collect their money. You're not just there selling them a product or a service, but you really care about them. It shows that emotional aspect of you. And by applying authenticity in your customer experience journey strategy as part of your overall business strategy, you are able to win customers over. You're able to deepen that relationship because customers only want to do business with those they know, like, and trust. And by showing authenticity, you embody all these things, and it's a reason why customers will be willing to pay more for your products and services because they trust you, because they like you, and because they know you. And by knowing you means that you have to consistently build trust. And how do you build trust? You have to be consistent. Okay, so this one word, when applied with C, the acronym C, this one word is absolutely. You have to say absolutely. Anytime a customer asks you a question you are not sure about, just say absolutely. In that one word, you have shown your customer that you're a solution-oriented business. You show empathy and you really care about them, and you're willing to build that emotional connection with them, and that you're authentic. You genuinely care about their success and whatever it is that they have going on. This way, you will continuously be able to attract more customers because your loyal customers will refer their friends and families to you. You'll be able to charge a premium price because 86% of your customers are willing to pay more for a better experience. And finally, you would have differentiated yourself from the competition. Navigating the world of customer service can be very tough. I am here to make it less lonely. If you enjoy the content, please leave a comment and subscribe. And always remember to keep your head up and keep moving.